All right. Super excited to see your faces. It's always fun when you guys show your faces on the Zoom. Um, so I want to jump on here today, and I want this to be quick because we can put so much time into learning, but it's really the actions that are going to build a business. It's the actions that are going to move the needle forward. So I want to make sure that these are short, quick, and then there are actual results that are happening. So for those of you that don't know me, I know a lot of you are hopping on and you don't really know my story. So I'm just going to quickly share my story. Sorry, Lisa. And for those of you who've heard my story 50 million times, but here it goes. So I started hearing about Thrive in April of 2015. I said no for months, was not going to drink that Kool-Aid. And after months of seeing all these people having these incredible results all over social media, I kind of thought, well, what do I have to lose? At the same time, I was up visiting my guys. If you're not muted, make sure you mute. At the same time, I was up visiting my sister up in the state of Washington, and she had a local. And she said to me, so here's the deal. I'll take you out for margaritas and Mexican food. If you'll just sit at the table, this is when we used to like check people in. If you'll just sit at the table and check people into this local. And I was like, well, I really like Mexican food and margaritas, so I'm in, but I am not going into that room. I am not going to listen to this Kool-Aid talk, but sure, I'll check people in and say hi. Like, I'm a friendly person. I can do that. So I got there and was checking people in and saying hi to people, and all these people were so nice. And then everyone went in the room, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to just sit out here by myself. I may as well just go in, but I'll just sit in the back of the room, on my phone. Well, I sat in the back of the room and very quickly had tears rolling down my face. I thought, oh my gosh, if all of these people are going to get up on this stage and share these stories, this stuff must be legit. In the meantime, that same night, I met Kendra Morris, our upline, our $1 million leader, and she said to me, I was immediately like drawn to her, and like most people are, she's just incredible. And she said to me, Jami, do you understand what the opportunity is here? And I said, well, I see a lot of people driving nice cars, but I drive a really sweet minivan, so I'm good. And she said, no, it's way more than nice cars. It's creating options for your family. And that word options sparked my interest because I had done a lot of work, and we were working hard, and we were living a great life as far as we had a nice home. I was driving that nice minivan. My kids were in private school, but we were not creating options. We were living paycheck to paycheck. And so I talked with her a little bit longer, listened to a few more stories, and that night went home and ordered the $800 pack, not trying the product, never sampling the product, and no promo whatsoever. I mean, it was like, I think you got free shipping. I put that $800 on my credit card without asking my husband, and went, holy crap, I better make this money back quick. And so I did. I just started texting out people. I sent out 74 text messages, and in 2 hours I had 50 free accounts set up. The text message simply said, have you heard of Thrive yet? And just kept doing that over and over. At the time, we were pushing three-way calls really hard. For my first about 3 years in this business, we were pushing three-way calls really hard. And so I was getting every single person on a three-way call over and over, and people were just ordering, and it just took off. We went 12K in 29 days, 40K the next month, 80K 2 months later. And by my 8th month of the company, we had hit the top rank of the company. I was the only person in May of 2016, I think I hit it in April of 2016, that hit a $200,000 bonus. It was a little bit different than they run them this time, where there was no qualification after. I got a $200,000 bonus, which was life-changing for our family. And the fun really began at that point. We created a team page and got our team rolling, and I learned the waiting room after I hit 200K, and I learned how to be a leader at that point. And Lisa Damas can speak to this in big ways. I made a crap ton of mistakes. I was super bossy. I was this hustle harder. I was working all the dang time, all the time. I rarely sat down to dinner with my family. I rarely showed up to any of my kids' stuff. I did not put my kids to bed at night because we were running calls every single night. Was it worth it? Yes, it was, because it really has changed. Do I want to work that way anymore? Absolutely not. And most people don't want to work that way. And so that's what we're going to dial in with today and moving forward, is just kind of a mindset shift. And Lisa and I keep bringing up Lisa because we're both working with the same coach right now. And so a lot of it is coming from this massive transition and mindset change that has come from this coach. So I normally do not take notes or prep at all when I speak. I prepped a teeny tiny bit for Thrive Palooza, but only because I was speaking with other women on the stage. Like, I normally do not prep, but because I value your time so much, and I value the fact that you have decided to jump on board, I want to make sure that I have very, very specific notes. So forgive me if I'm reading a little bit. I normally don't do that, but I want to make sure that you're getting all the information in front of you. So here we go. And this is going to seem different. This is going to seem like, wait, where are the steps? Where's the easy button? Where's the, okay, Jami, tell me what to do and I'm going to do it and I'm going to hit 12K next month. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is getting you prepared to be in leadership. It's getting you prepared to hit that next rank so that you are prepared to continue to grow, so that you don't hit the rank and then drop off, because nobody wants to hit 12K, go out and get their car and then not hit it again. And I see that happen over and over and over. I was actually going to look up the numbers for you guys today to tell you how many people have earned their auto bonus and how many people are holding it. And I forgot to look it up, but it's a significant difference in how many people have earned it and how many people are holding it within our own team. And that's company wide. So the first thing that we need to get clear on, and what we're going to do today and what you're going to do today and tomorrow with your time, is you are going to define your personal definition of success. That's what we're looking for, is what is your personal definition of success? What's your vision? What's your purpose for your life, for your family? Not the business, but your personal definition of success. Kind of the old way of thinking, as I processed through this and really understood it, the old way of thinking in this industry as a whole is this shame-based feeling. You're not working harder. You're not hustling hard enough. You're not reaching out to enough people. You're not doing enough reels. You're not doing enough posts. You're not doing enough. Therefore, it's your fault. Shame on you. You're never going to have success in this business. And unfortunately, what we've done is we've taken that on, and that's become our story. That's become the narrative that is going on in our heads. And so we work out of a place of shame, out of a place of deep down fear of, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail. And so I'm fearful of what I'm going to do next. And we're going to break that reality. We're going to break that mindset and shift it to really having success for yourself, not a whole idea of business success and what is and running for somebody else's goals and what is somebody else's success. That's just not what we're going to do. So I don't want you guys to have any feelings of I'm not enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not good enough. That needs to be broken. So that's what we're going to really work on. So, these thoughts and feelings coming from a place of fear, coming from a place of, anxiousness, coming from a place of, I want to show my upline that I can do it. I want to make my upline happy. Any of those kind of things are all really, really come from a deep down place of fear. And the idea behind all of this is I want it to come from a place of love. I want it to come from a place working this business from a place of love. So what's really happening is it's really just your gut saying, this isn't how I want to work my business. It isn't really deep down the shame and the fear. It's just really deep down your gut saying, maybe this isn't the way that I want to do this. Maybe this isn't quite right for me. And especially for those of you who've been around a long time, as I'm looking at some of your faces, for those of you who've been kind of trying to do the hustle harder thing for a while, this might resonate a little bit with you. At the end of the day, it may just be that you're not aligning with what God wants for your life. Is your business aligning with what God wants to do with your life? Maybe it's God telling you that it's time to check with your values, with what your purpose is. I can promise you this, God is not telling you to hustle harder. I can promise you that. He is asking you to live your life with intentionality and to live out your vision And you can only do that by living with intentionality and working this business with intentionality. So what is your personal definition of success? You need to learn how to build a business that serves your life. So let's talk about alignment for just a second. And again, this is being recorded. I know I talk fast. For those of you who've been around a while, you know. So let's talk about alignment for a second. Let's think about alignment with a car. If you're driving a car and it's out of alignment, the wheels start to wear at different areas. The vehicle might shake a little bit. There's going to be the vehicle is going to run down. And eventually, if you continue driving the vehicle out of alignment, the vehicle is going to break down. And it's the same with our bodies. If our bodies are not in alignment, think about it, that you're not sleeping well, you don't feel good, you tend to gain weight, your body starts to break down when your spine is not in alignment. And that's the same exact thing with this business. If you aren't in alignment with your purpose, your own personal vision, you're going to just keep hustling harder and it's never going to fulfill you. When you are chasing after someone else's definition of success, whether it's your upline, whether it's somebody that you heard on the Thrivepalooza stage, whether it's somebody that you've heard on a call, any of that, when you are focused on somebody else's definition of success, you will not find success in this business. So you need to be careful whose advice you're taking. So I know we listen, I put out other people's Zooms all the time, other people's calls, the company, Wednesday night, we have a company-led Zoom on social media. So you really need to start thinking about who you are taking advice from. Do their values, their goals, their purpose, their vision align with the same things that yours does? And that's something that you need to look into. And I'm telling you right now, if you listen to me and you're like, Jami, I'm not aligning with that, I'm not agreeing with that, hop off. Like, more power to you. Find someone who you can follow and who you can learn from that you align with. Not going to hurt my feelings at all. At the end of the day, my goal for you all is for you to have personal success. Your personal success looks different than my personal success. So be careful to make sure that you are people who you're following and people whose advice you're listening to, you align with. So this might be something that you need to kind of slow down and check out. You might need to start asking some questions, start looking behind the curtain a little bit. As I followed different mentors throughout my 7 years with Lavelle, I found some that I really, really liked and some that I was like, I don't like what's happening behind the scenes. I'm starting to see what's happening behind the scenes. I didn't need to hear gossip. I didn't need to hear what other people were saying, what other people's thoughts were. I needed to see for myself. I needed to look at their social media and really go, is this someone that I want to follow? Is this someone that I want to align with? Is this someone who is speaking truth and following the truth that they're speaking? So that's super important to make sure that you're doing that. And I know it's hard for us because we're not doing a whole lot of life together. I mean, Amy a little bit and Lisa a little bit because we live in the same area. But for most of us, we're following people who we're not doing life with. So you have to kind of see the behind the scenes. And sometimes it's picking up the phone and asking some questions. So you need to, also the people who you're following, if your goal, like one of my goals is to live a life of freedom, and that means time freedom for me. And this business, that hustle harder track, can take that away. People always say, oh, it's time freedom, but then they're hustling harder, doing more. And so I found that when I looked kind of behind that curtain, I realized, oh my gosh, they're not living a life of freedom. They've got lots of money and they've got a lot of nice things, but their families are falling apart. They don't have any time with friends. They're not doing the things that I felt were important for me. So alignment really is important. Are you taking action today to align with your own vision, or are you taking your action to align with your business goals? So those are two very, very different things. As you're sitting down today and you're looking at your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're working through your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, are you doing it because you're trying to reach a business goal, or are you doing it because it aligns with your personal goals? When I am singing happy birthday or sending a happy birthday message every single day to people, it's aligning with my personal goals. I enjoy saying happy birthday to people. I want to impact people on a daily basis. And sometimes singing happy birthday to them impacts them in a great, great way. sometimes I get messages back, you're the only person that sang to me today. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, like that's impacting. And that's part of my personal goals. So those are the kind of things that you want to be thinking about as you're creating your personal definition of success. Your vision must align with who God wants you to be, not who anybody else wants you to be, not who your spouse wants you to be, not who your upline wants you to be, not who Paul Gravett and Jason Camper are hollering at us to be. It's your vision needs to align with who God wants you to be. Are your the choices that you are making aligning with your vision? Are your habits aligning with your vision? Is your behavior aligning with your personal vision? Or is your behavior aligning with some goals to hit 12K, aligning with goals to, I want to hit 200K? Or is it your personal vision? And how do you get aligned? It's a clear definition of success. Understanding your definition of success is going to help you get into that alignment. And it needs to start with your personal vision. It's not personal or business goals. It's personal. So personal vision. Number one, how do you want to feel every day? Physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially? How do you want to feel every day? And then what do you want your life to look like? What is that? When you're feeling good in all those aspects that I just went over, what does your life look like? On a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis? What is that? What do you look like? Like, does that look like being able to read to your kid every night before you go to bed and lay with them? Does that mean you and your hubs get a night out once a week and you have a babysitter for your kids? What does that look like? You don't just want to hit the auto bonus for money. I know that. You don't just want to hit 40K to get the extra 6 legs so that you make a little bit more money. I know that. I know that you may think that you want to hit it for the money, you want to hit it for the cool car, but it's really what it makes you feel like. It's the quality of life that you will have. I'm not saying that driving my Mercedes gives me a better quality of life, but I sure do feel cool driving it. I enjoy driving it. I like the way that I feel driving it. I liked the Cadillac better, but gas. So get clear on what you want for your personal life. And sometimes those are things. I was really clear when I started out in this business, guys, so stinking clear. I sat my family down and I was like, if I'm going to do this, I am all in, guys. What do we want? And as a family, keep in mind, this was 7 years ago. So my kids were younger and this was before all of the drama. So keep this in mind because we don't do Disneyland anymore, but that's personal. But it was Disneyland. My kids wanted to do Disneyland for Christmas. And I thought that is something that I can work towards. That's what our family can work towards, is we wanted to do Disneyland for Christmas. This was August, keep in mind, August 1st of 2015. And we wanted to do Disneyland and I wanted to pay cash for it. And I wanted to be able to just go and do, and the whole 9 yards. I didn't want to have to worry about money while we were at Disneyland or anything like that. So sometimes it is things, but what does that make you feel like? That gave me freedom to spend time with my family there. So get clear on what you want. Then you have to figure out the level of business goals that you would need to achieve in order to act out what you want. So definition of success, creating your vision, your purpose, and then, and only then, is when you start to figure out what your business goals are that you would need to achieve in order to get what you want for personal. And you know what? Passion comes from a personal vision. People say that all the time. Jami, you're so passionate about this Thrive stuff. Yes, I am crazy passionate about it because it fits in my vision. I'm in alignment with what God is calling me to do. So I am so passionate about these 3 steps. I'm so passionate about helping other people have success because I know I'm in alignment. So your business goals your business goals are most powerful when they are developed in the light of your personal vision. So For many of us, we need to create our personal definition of success. And the way that we're going to do that is number one, the quality, number one and number two, kind of the quality of your life multiplied by how you want to feel. The quality of your life multiplied by how you want to feel. Now, be intentional about how you will feel. You don't have to share this with anybody. I mean, I would love to hear it, but you don't have to share this with anybody. Maybe you're talking with your spouse about it. Maybe you're talking with your significant other. Maybe you're a single mom talking with your kids. How are you going to feel? The quality of life multiplied by how you want to feel. Once you've identified those two things, then and only then can you determine your business goals. So it's not just about achievement, guys. It really isn't. I have the achievement. I have 2 millionaire signs. I have so many 200K signs behind that millionaire sign. I have 3 cars. I have 3 auto bonus cars that the company has paid for. I have magazines hanging in my office that I've been in. I've been on every Thrivepalooza stage except one. Like, I have had the achievements, but it doesn't come from that. It comes from the impact you want to make. Results come as a byproduct of the impact that you want to make. And I knew coming into this, well, first few months I didn't, like, it was just ignorance on fire. But I knew once I hit that 40K rank and was holding it, I knew I could make an impact. And I wanted to make an impact in people's lives. And that's where I began to figure out where I wanted to go with this business. And I believe that that is why God has blessed the success in our family, because I was in alignment with what he was calling me to do. So quality of life, spiritually, relationally, family, health, healthy. How are you feeling health-wise? That should be super important when we're selling a health product, health and wellness product. Your lifestyle, the community that you're surrounding yourself with, those are all quality of life things to take in consideration when you're thinking about how you want to feel. The quality of your life multiplied by how you want to feel. Most people will say, well, I'll be successful when. And I said that. I'll be successful when I hit 200K. I'll be successful when I hit the millionaire mark. How about switching that? How about switching that mindset? Flip it. I know I'm being successful when. Right now, guys, I know I'm being successful because I'm pouring into a team of people, a team of women, and I think one man who want to be here, who want to grow. I'm being successful when I'm making an impact on you all, because that is what God's called me to do. That's where I'm in alignment. All right. So think about those. So I want you to make a list of 10 things. Here's your homework. I want you to make a list of 10 things that make up your personal success criteria. So you're going to start out with, I know I'm being successful when ... I'm doing these things. Or I am this successful when. So I know I'm being successful when. I'm going to share some of mine with you guys. I know I'm being successful when the work I'm doing in this business is honoring God. I know I am successful when I have the time freedom to be a present wife and a present mom. I know I'm being successful when I'm making an impact in the lives of people I serve. When I'm growing each day and I'm making the most out of my God-given talents and abilities. That might be something that you need to dig into. What are your talents? What are your abilities? What are you good at? I am good at this. I am good at helping people change lives. I know that. I am really good at pouring into people. God has given me that natural ability, and I am living up to that potential. I know I'm successful when I feel fulfilled and I'm having fun in the work I do. I love this. I have so much fun. I loved Thrivepalooza. Everything about it is fun. Yes, I go home tired, but that's okay because I have so much fun doing it. If you're like, I have to go to Thrivepalooza, I have to talk to people about vitamins, might not be in alignment with what God's calling you to do. I know I'm successful when I'm working out of or when I'm working out and eating healthy and balanced. I know I'm successful when I am surrounding myself with people who I love and who love me, which is very, very important. Are you surrounding yourself with people who love you as well and that are enriching my life? And I know I am successful when money is no longer a stress or an issue for my family. So I want you to notice what I did not say. I did not say, I know I'm successful when I'm making $1 billion. I know I'm successful when I hit the millionaire mark. Those weren't things that I said in being successful. Because here's what I don't want. I don't want to make $10 million at the expense of my family. I am not going to make $10 million and at the expense of my alignment with God. I know I'm successful when money isn't an issue or a stress for my family. So that's different for everybody, right? And it's different stages. My kid's going to college. It's a totally different stage now. I am clear on my vision. I am clear on my purpose. I'm clear in my definition of personal success. Therefore, I can be clear on my business goals. So when someone says you have to do XYZ to be successful, you have to do 5 reels a week to be successful, you have to do this many posts a week, you need to go live this many times, I can look at them and say, whoa, 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 whoa. Let me go back to my definition of success and see if that aligns. It may not align for you. That's okay. So when you're clear on this, you can create boundaries. And I love boundaries. I've taken so many boundaries classes, it's crazy. So one day I'll share my story with you. I know some of you know it, but I love boundaries. So when you are clear on your definition of success, you're clear on your boundaries, you're clear when you can say no. Chelsea texted me today and said, hey, I'd really like to work on this boards because we're on the earlier Zoom today. I'd really like to work on this boards. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Like that is a boundary for me. I can't fit one more organizational thing in right now. Right now, my organizational things is doing my daughter's graduation party on Saturday. That is enough for me right now. I can't do any more. I know that. And so I'm not going to commit to that. Maybe next month I can fit it in, possibly, but I'm clear on my goals. I'm clear on my vision. Therefore, I know exactly where my boundaries are and what I can say no to. So get clarity. We're going to get clarity. So creating success in alignment in an intentional way is what I want you guys to do. I wanted this to be shorter than 30 minutes, darn it. So that is your homework. That is what I want you to work on. Guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is important. Your birthday reach outs are important. Doing posts are important. Staying visible in front of people. These are all important things. You guys know these things. I don't need to sit here and tell you to post about Thrive and to share your capsules in your stories in the morning and to be doing the 60-day challenge. I don't need to tell you that. You guys know that. You're on here because you know that. What you don't understand is figuring out your mindset. That's where you're struggling. That's where you're having issues, is your mindset and figuring out what your personal goals are. Don't worry about what other people's visions of success are and what other people's definitions of success are. You figure out what your definition of success is. So I'm going to let you go. I want you to know I am here for you. I want to do one-on-ones. I want to be connecting with you. You have to reach out to me. I don't have time to reach out to every single one of you personally. So when you are ready to go over what your personal definition of success is, when you're ready to dial that in and talk to me about your 10 things, set up a time with me. We'll set up 15, 20 minutes. We'll jump on the phone. I am super free during the day. I rarely do calls at night. But I will do them anytime during the day. If you need night, I will do night. But let me know and let's get clear on that. So that is your first action-oriented item, not IPA, it's just action-oriented, what goals and action-oriented. All right, 10 things, get clear, let me know. And if you are open to sharing in the group, please feel free to share in the group. If you're not wanting to share in the group, I would appreciate it if you would share with me. If you don't want to share with me, share with somebody. Share with somebody who can kind of talk through and help you if you want to figure out what that looks like. Maybe some of you are still trying to figure out what that looks like. This is a great time to start. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.